is Dwayne Winseck. I'm a professor at the School of Journalism and Communication. I'm also the director of the Canadian Media Concentration Research Project, a project that I started up several years ago and kicked into high gear 2 years ago with a generous grant from the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council. Our basic game in this project is to look at trends across a dozen or so sectors of the Canadian telecommunications, media, and internet industries to ask and answer a basic question. And that basic question is, are media becoming more or less concentrated in Canada over time? Every year you have to go back and you have to gather up all the data on each of the sectors and each of the companies within each media sector to see what the data looked like the previous year. So right now we're just getting ramped up to collect all the data for 2013. There have always been debates about media concentration because media concentration is in some ways a barometer of the health of our media environment, and people are interested in knowing whether or not the media environment is in good shape or bad shape because of the implications it has for culture and for politics and so on and so forth. The other thing, and this is, I think, hugely important, is these debates usually take place amongst those who have very strongly held views, but very little data at their disposal. We had Bell Canada's acquisition of Astral Media. At the same time that acquisition went ahead, it was conditional upon a few divestitures of some radio stations and a few television services. So we have to kind of compile the data and see what the trends are with respect to television. We saw Quebecor spin off a number of newspapers. Some newspapers went from dailies to weeklies or bi-weeklies. So, we're going to basically kind of map the trends or map the field again for 2013 and make sure that we have our eye carefully on the changes that have taken place. I believe that we're living in what some people would call a constitutive moment, a moment in time in which new developments are coming to a head and decisions taken now will kind of lock down the foundations of the emerging digital network media ecology for perhaps the next century.